everybody. So I've got a bunch of new products that were sent to me over the last few weeks or month or so. They've been kind of accumulating and I've been playing with a bunch of them, and I wanted to give you a little bit, I wouldn't say it's a great deal of feedback, but it's a little bit more than a first impression. It's a first impression and a half. Let's start with the stuff that was sent to me from Makeup Forever. They've launched some new brow products. Not too long ago, they sent me some brow pencils. Those, they're a little harder to work with. Like literally they are very hard, not the creamy pencil that I have come to love from Anastasia, but now they have a little brow kit, and it's their Pro Sculpting Brow Palette. It's this handy little box, and they sent it to me in the shade 1, and it's nice. It has 3 powders in a variety of shades to, I guess, fill in and sculpt your brow. And then it has 2, I guess they're kind of creamy waxes. This is a clear wax, and this is more of a highlighter shade here, and then it has this lovely huge mirror so you can do your brows on the go. And then it comes with this little double-ended, kind of very stiff, hard, thin, chiseled, angled brush on one side to fill in the brows, and then a nice little spoolie on the other. I've given this a bit of a go. I'm wearing it, some of it today. I tried penciling my brows first with their brow pencil, and then it didn't really stick to my brows. So then, of course, I tried using the kit first, adding the wax to the gaps in my brows, and then adding powder so that the wax would make the powder cling that much more. I couldn't find a good shade match here. This is too warm, this is too dark. I feel like Goldilocks, so I went for the middle. You'd think it was just right, but it really didn't stick to the wax and it didn't really fill in my brow. I really wouldn't reach for this creamy highlighter shade. That's all I've got to say for that. Nice concept. I like the variety of shades, but I am personally more of a brow pencil girl, so not my cup of tea. Sorry, Makeup Forever. Sorry. Now, another artist palette from Makeup Forever. They've released quite a few of these over the last couple of years. These little, very compact, very travel-friendly 9-pan palettes comes in a cardboard packaging, a big mirror on top, and then these 9-pan palettes. And this one is unique in that all 9 shades are in fact matte. I have not been particularly impressed with the Makeup Forever artist palettes. I don't feel like they're very pigmented. They're beautiful colors in the palette, but they just don't transfer onto my lids. I don't know why. I love a lot of Makeup Forever products, but I've not had any luck with these shadows that come in these palettes. And then the other issue I have is their choice of colors. For me, this does not translate into a wearable eye look. They're okay. They're just okay. There are other palettes with better, I think, shade options that I would reach for personally over these. They're just not, they're not bad. I'm not gonna say this is a horrible palette. That's not the case at all. But it's just that everyone is kind of upped their game. This doesn't come off very pigmented, this middle pink color here. It's just that so many companies have now upped their shadow game that you really have to work hard if you want people to shell out their hard-earned money. And, you know, Tarte and IT Cosmetics and Too Faced has a matte palette, and Physicians Formula. I mean, they just, Wet n Wild has had some matte palettes. They have really creamy, soft, blendable, beautiful palettes. So, you know, Urban Decay, the Naked Basics, the small ones, those obviously aren't a 9 palette, but there's a lot out there. So I'm just, I don't know. This is just, to me, a mediocre offering. So I'm not too terribly impressed. So I would pass on those 2. All right, now that I've completely trashed a beloved makeup brand, let's talk about something positive. While I was in New York, I visited a PR company that represents about a bajillion makeup brands, and one of the things they gave me to take home, actually they shipped it home because I took home so much stuff I couldn't fit it in my suitcase, was a Laura Geller Baked Gelato Swirl Illuminator, also known as a highlighter, in the shade Gilded Honey. You can get these at Ulta, and oh my gosh. Now, I have been kind of obsessed with the Becca, what are those things called? Shimmering Skin Perfector for a while. We all kind of have here on YouTube. But these babies are gorgeous. Now, it is not as soft to the touch as the Shimmering Skin Perfector, but they're also not as expensive. And this is gorgeous. It kind of actually, once you use it once or twice, it actually is pretty soft. I'm just gonna keep touching it. Look at that. It's so pretty. I'm wearing it today. Look at that. Yeah, there's, I think, 4 or 5 different shades and some really unique shades. Like there's a pink shade in here. These are beautiful. This I love. All right, let's just jump back into something I don't like, shall we? Let's talk about really expensive, overhyped products. A couple of By Terry products. Now, I have the By Terry Ombre Rockstar, I think is what they're called. Ombre Black Star. The cream eyeshadow sticks, and they're lovely. And they, I think, really are worth the money. If you're a eyeshadow crayon junkie, they really are kind of special. This, however, this is the Terrybly Denisliss Compact. I got it in the shade 1, Melody Fair. It's a pretty little compact. It weighs like 10 pounds. It's heavy and it's quite lovely, and you open it up. I've already dropped it and it only chipped a little, so I'm very proud of myself. It's a very pretty quilted little translucent powder here. It has a very nice little mirror, and it's a pressed powder, and it's supposed to be like an anti-wrinkle, you know, fake hide your wrinkles or whatever. Yeah. If it did that, I would pay any amount of money for this, but, and luckily I paid nothing for this, but it doesn't do that, and it doesn't do anything differently or anything better than my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. In fact, I very much prefer my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish to this. I don't feel like I feel like it has heavier coverage. I feel like it actually sits in my wrinkles. I was not terribly impressed with this product, and I would not recommend it. And then the other By Terry product that I picked up in New York, or was given and picked up, is the Touch Expert Advanced Correction Ultra Radiance Active Concealer. It's the same concept as the YSL Touche Éclat or even the MAC Prep and Prime highlighter pen that I love in Radiant Rose. It's got the click thing on the back, and it's supposed to be like that salmony pink color. You can kind of see it right there. And this is a little more salmon than pink. I found that it's a much drier formula than the MAC Prep and Prime, and it did not brighten my under eyes up at all. It was too dark for me, too orange, not enough pink. So for my skin tone, it did nothing for me. It actually made my under eyes appear more dark. And this is the lightest shade, shade 1. So if this is the lightest shade and it's kind of technically too dark for me, no bueno. Okay, trying to balance. So let's ping back to something that I do very much like. And if you've watched this channel for a while, the name is not unfamiliar to you, and that is Zoya. They released their fall collection, it's like 2 months ago. But, and if you've been watching, you've seen a couple of the shades already, like what's on my fingers. This is Zoya August, I believe. This is their gray shade, and this has been the gray I've been looking for years. They nailed it. No pun intended there. The other shade I've been wearing a ton, I think I wore it for 3 weeks straight, is Zoya Courtney. That has been on my nails literally the last 3 weeks. I wore it to New York Fashion Week. I'm sure y'all are sick of looking at it. It's this beautiful, like, I don't know, burgundy, cranberry. It's so pretty. I love it. It's just the quintessential fall color. Another one in the collection that I wore very briefly is Tara, or Tara, depending on where you live in the country and what kind of accent you have. This is a little more of a purpley wine color. It's pretty, isn't it? I love it. This is Wyatt. Wyatt is green. It's like a little bit of a hunter green, but it's a little more blue and a little brighter. It's gorgeous. And then this is Mallory. Hey, Mallory, my friend Mallory. You want that? I might have to give this to Mallory. Mallory is blue. It's blue. I'm sure that Zoya has a much more interesting description on their website. And if you've never been to Zoya.com, I highly recommend going there, not just to buy the actual nail polish there, but also because they do a really amazing job at describing not just the color, but the opacity range, warm tone, cool tone. They do a really great job, and swatches and all that, much better than I do. So give it a go. This is not sponsored. I've never done a sponsored video for Zoya, by the way. So I just really like them. And they named a nail polish for me a couple years ago. So thanks, Zoya. But anyway, this is Mallory. It's a really beautiful blue. And then the last cream shade from their fall collection is Noah. And Noah is a really funky kind of, what would you call this? Tan, beige, skin tone color, which is kind of neat. I like it. And then they always release two collections, a matte and a sparkly, metallic shimmer, if you will. They do have a green, and the green one is, sorry guys, it has to be done. I just have to admit it. I need reading glasses. I have to accept this and get on with it. Merida. And Merida is very similar, like a hunter green, and it has sparkles in it, like very micro, glittery, pretty sparkles. And then we have a purple. I hate my life right now. And it is Finley. I love this name. And it is also just a deep purple with micro silver glitter in it. Just gonna keep these on and accept that I am now old and have dysfunctional eyeballs. This is Ash, and Ash is it's pink, but it's like a red pink, like next to this sweatshirt that you're gonna see a lot of because it is the most comfortable sweatshirt in the world. It is like a reddish pink with, you guessed it, silver micro glitter in it. And then we have Britta with two T's. And Britta is, well, it's also pink, but kind of more of a blue pink, I would say. More silver glitter. And then this one is probably my favorite and the one I would more likely wear. And it is Troy. And Troy looks like it's a dark gray silver with very finely milled silver glitter in it. And then lastly, we have Alicia. Hey, I have a cousin named Alicia. And that is a really, really, really pale, really, really pale silver, almost a white silver with, oh gosh, I mean like white on white silver glitter on it. And I am going to hold up these swatches for you close up so you can see all of them in their beautiful glory because they're gorgeous. There's just something for everyone. I think their fall and spring collections are usually my favorite releases from Zoya. They do, I think, an amazing job. Alrighty, let's hop on over to some mascara offerings I have for you. First, let's go to a drugstore option. This is Circa. It is their Optical Illusion Lash Lengthening Mascara, and it is in Extreme Black is what I got. Again, just to reiterate, I have bought nothing in this video. Nothing. It's all given to me. Just want to make that clear. Some people don't do that. And when I put this on, I loved it. I loved how it made my lashes look. The problem, however, was that as the day wore on and not a lot of time passed, a lot of mascara came off of my lashes and ended up on my face. Not good. So I cannot recommend Circa mascara to you because nobody wants mascara anywhere but on their eyelashes. So that was not good. Then Clinique sent me this new guy, and I really do love Clinique mascara. And my all-time favorite from Clinique is their Chubby mascara. I think there really is no need to make any other mascara. Clinique, just make Chubby mascara, lots of it. So that being said, they didn't take my advice, and they came out with this guy, Lash Power Flutter to Full Mascara. Because it has on the side here little icons of lashes going from very natural to not so much. And you just kind of turn the mascara here and it clicks, and you can decide how much you want your lashes to be full or not so full. How much? And you can either have natural lashes, medium-sized lashes, or really, really full lashes. It's like the Goldilocks of mascara. So I've been trying it, and I don't really see the point in natural lashes. If you're gonna put mascara on, then you should just commit to it and have full lashes. But it's okay. So in each iteration, I don't really see a difference in the brush. I personally, like I said, go for the chubby lash. It's my personal favorite. It's okay. I like a big full lash, so there's that. And then lastly, somehow I got on the press list for the Estee Edit. And if you're not familiar with the Estee Edit, it is an offshoot of the Estee Lauder brand, and it is targeted at a younger audience. Well, probably not the target audience, me being not the target audience. But, hey, I will give it a shot. They make really cool stuff. So they sent me these. These are their Metallish Shadow. It's one word. Metallish Shadow Cream and Powder. I like the concept. I have personally worn the bronze. So you pop open, it looks like this, and you pop open the top and there's the cream shadow in there. And then you twist off the bottom. Ooh, it's a mess. I'm just trust me on this, it's in there. And there's a sifter top and the loose pigment is down there. So the concept is this is gonna be messy. You layer the cream shadow on first, and there's a little mirror so you can watch yourself do it. Let me swatch it. You put the cream shadow on, like so. Very dark brown. When I put this on, I was like, oh, it's really dark. I put it all over my lid, kind of up and a little bit over the crease. And then it's cream, and so it's gonna hold that pigment down. Then, not using your finger probably, ideally you would probably wanna use a brush, which is what I did. You take the shadow, which is messy, so there's my first complaint. Probably really my only complaint. You take the pigment and you place it on top or brush it on top. It's beautiful. I mean, I think we can all agree. That is gorgeous. Look at that shimmer. Where it gets really pretty is let me just swatch the other two. Hang on. So here are all three shades swatched on my hand. And there's no debating, they're beautiful. The blue, the bronze, and the purpley tone. There's no debating they're beautiful. It is a mess. You should see what's going on the desk in front of me. These are obviously geared towards a younger woman. I did wear this shade all over my lid up into the crease. I did blend it out a little bit with a matte kind of mid-tone brown. I wore this out to lunch with a girlfriend, to Panera, ran a Target, ran errands. You know, I don't recommend it as a daily look, I think, for your average 40-something-year-old woman. But it did crease, and as the day wore on, and I did get fallout all over my face. I'm not saying that this is not appropriate for a grown woman. What I'm saying is I don't know anybody, whether you are 14 or 44 or 64, who can walk around with this kind of eyeshadow on their face during the day in an average setting. Like in an office setting or in a school setting or that kind of thing. If you are someone who can pull this off, these are beautiful shades. They really are. If you are a woman of color, I think it's easier to pull it off because it's obviously not such a stark contrast between your skin tone and the shades. Obviously for me, on the lighter spectrum, huge contrast, a lot more noticeable. I think this blue is one of the most beautiful blues I've ever seen in my life. It is gorgeous. In the evening or for parties, maybe for sure. But for me, in my everyday life, this is not something I can pull off. And it is messy. So that's the only reason why I'm hesitant to recommend them. But if you can find a way to fit this into your world, they're very, 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 very pretty. So there's that. Anyway, so that was a lot of talking, kind of more of a vlog style, but I did want to walk you through all the stuff and just give you my take on it. If you're, in the mood for shopping for any of this stuff, there it is. Let me know what you think of this. I'm trying to just be a little more vloggy and combine my love of vlogs for my interest in makeup and kind of mesh that world together. So let me know what you think of all this. as always, interested in hearing from you, so put your comments below. If you have any questions and I know the answer, I will be happy to answer it for you. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it more than you will ever know, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye. Hey everybody, it is the end of September, so September favorites. I did not think I'd get to the end of this month. I don't know if anyone else is like this.